But it's all about just trying to get the angle, because you know where that bar is going to be. The bar is going to be over the water. First blood drawn by San Francisco.
But already it's traded back. Super ends up going down. Still has to deal with Prophet, however. Look how close he's to a barrage already. He's already got it online. Are the Shock actually going to expect this? I'm not sure they are. Violet instantly killed off. Luckily enough, though, Arndt is there to pay it in kind, taking out Prophet. However, the Shock still controlling the payload. And with Prophet just non-existent here, it's pretty easy now for the Shock to get onto this point. Super gets slept, he gets naded, hooked in. Jester finds the kill, but still the Dynasty, they may have this nice forward position, like high ground here with Fitz, but they still need to actually cap the point.
Yeah, they absolutely have to. Creative, the reason he's in this roster is because his Ana is so mechanically clean. You're going to see darts all night. A couple of more kills come in for the Seoul Dynasty. San Francisco very likely just going to try to stall this one out. San Francisco will fight you 4v6. They have no problem with it.
No, they do not. What's dead? There you go. Striker ends up going down just to find the last couple of kills. There's
get hacked by Striker on occasion as well. Mines go down to the point.
Another perfect kill onto Prophet. He ends up going down. However, Bob does take care of Arndt. Still sitting on the EMPR, the Shock. However, one nade, two people, Smurf and Super went purple. Easy cleanup for Gesture. Just walks straight through the Shock. And the Dynasty, rather aggressive play here by Marvel. EMP is going to come out, hits two, Prophet on Marvel in a little bit of danger. Instant kill onto Fitz and Prophet as well. Super, yeah, he's going to go down to Gesture's whole hog, but it is a worthwhile trade. Especially getting that ult out as well can be disastrous for someone like... Ult charge was generated too. Beautiful hook by Super, but he hooked a nano hog. And now Gesture can just roll on in. However, Super receives a nano of his own. Fitz with a double dynamite kill, however, and Super just can't get anything done. Gesture managed to evade him that entire time and kill off Violet. The Seoul Dynasty are going to find the cap once again. Another Shocker on Marvel takes a little bit of a rest, and Super receives the nano. A perfect hook onto Fitz, and now it's all up to the Dynasty to try and stop all this damage coming through from Super, but it's not going to be enough. Striker comes back on the Tracer, kills off Tobi. A nice hook onto Marvel. He's long gone, and now the Shock are on cleanup duty. The Seoul Dynasty may have found the flip, but they haven't got many lives left remaining. Creative gives the nano to Prophet, but it's not going to be enough. The Shock find the cap. OT ticks down. Do they know? Do they know Prophet's here? They definitely do now. Arndt taking a little bit too much damage. Prophet the same. And Fitz ends up just headshotting Striker. An insta-kill on the Tracer as the point does unlock. Gesture going rather low. Nade on him. Does mean he's not going to receive any healing from his breather or the rest of his healers. However, luckily enough, Tobi was there in the nick of time to get the resurrection off. Just playing on these rooftops. He has barrage available. Doesn't really need to use it instantly. It's more of a death sentence more often than not. Gesture ends up going down first as the Shock put themselves on the point. Who's going to be there to contest? Well, it's not going to be much anymore. There's the barrage straight on top of the transcending Zenyatta. Violet just shrugs it all off, and his teammates do as well. So much healing was invested there, and a fair few ults as well from the Dynasty.
You don't necessarily think of Roadhog like that, you think of him as a pick tank. Speaking of that, Super gets picked.
Super went down to 1 HP, and then he was anti-naded, and Gesture with the nano boost kills two. Pulse bomb, yeah, it went a little bit wide. That hook definitely didn't, though. That's Gesture's third kill of the fight. Moth at least resurrected Super, but it's not going to really matter. Violet's also dead. And now you're just free ult charge for Prophet. Goodbye, Moth, and goodbye to the point. The Shock are going to get cleared on off, and the Seoul are going to be able to get the recap. Smurf gets away with murder, almost. That whole hog doing a whole bunch of work. However, beautiful sleep dart onto Gesture. He is antied as well. Someone's going to have to follow this up with damage. Striker finally finishes him off, and Super takes a breather. Beautiful hook too to cancel the resurrection, and he kills Tobi as well. Regardless of that stick from Prophet, at least he managed to find the kill, but the Seoul Dynasty, their main game plan right now with Hex is just to stall at this point. Yep. I mean, Arndt has gotten the kill onto Fitz, and they're trying to kind of corral them to 1 point or 1 corner of this point even, but they can't really do it. Look at the ball's still stalling. That was an extra, what, 10-15% at this point? Maybe a little bit more as well. 95%. Onto Seoul Dynasty, might as well be. Smurf ends up going down, but Striker's rather healthy in the sidelines, doing so much work. He's got the pulse bomb as well. Nothing is stopping him at this point. Fitz throws out the bomb onto point, but everybody just avoids it. Creative finds kill onto Super, but Arndt is going to clean this all up. Shock are planting themselves on the point, making a name for themselves as Gesture jumping over the Winston to try and get back in time, but no one is dealing with Striker. No one can. Seoul Dynasty go down. There's the grapple. Doesn't spot anybody, but yeah, they're going to be a little bit more careful. Gesture on the sidelines, though. Oh my word, that rock was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. from Seoul Dynasty, interrupting Super from doing really all of anything, and everybody's just going to keel over. I mean, having Gesture kind of play on this flank too, obviously you have to look kind of both ways, but the issue is for Super
there's that initial archway, but then you can just surf on the roofs for the rest of it.
Oh, no one is having a good time now. Both tanks instantly killed, and now the Dynasty should be able to clean this one up. There's a hook, there's a kill, that's another one for Gesture. It's like, Prophet, you want to take a seat, son? I think it's just like that. The point is really just opened up. Tobi's going to be able to find the res, however, but with Gesture and not really have much of a front line now, that Sigma shield isn't going to last longer, especially against someone like a Hog. Striker's got Bob on line too, as Prophet ends up falling down. At least they managed to kill off Violet, but the Bob is going to do a fair bit of work to the NEB Bob in this situation, but with Shock just being on the point here, it's already up to Seoul Dynasty to try and recontest. Creative's in the side, he's low health, has to go to the mini underneath the cafe, and Arns with a beautiful sight also. Bob is going to come out on the point for the Shock, and there you go, there's the kill. Moth, Bob and the Valkyrie as well. Fitz at least finds one, and a nice anti-grenade from Creative onto both tanks, but hiding behind the shield is what they're going to do. And the whole hog available for Super. This should just be the second point, however. Just having that high ground there is so important. I mean, yes.
Momentary shield. You have to hold it up. There's a lot of shield crack on the other side. That's the hook open.
That's a perfect kill. Super's in trouble though, he should just die to this flux. In fact, two people did. Choi is also going to fall. Resurrection does come onto Super, but I think the damage has really already been... Strike has also fallen, 2 Fits. This double sniper in a very small, well, narrow alleyway is rather deadly in Profit and Fit. In fact, 1 minute remains, Hex. Quick engagement from Gesture though. And now really, so Dynasty needs to be able to get onto this point. Marv, he needs his ult, man, he needs it. There's the whole hog blowing everybody away. Can Super just do this on his own? He might just be able to. Creative's going to fall as well. And that's an instant hook, cancelling the rock as well. Marvel's going to go down. Tobi popping the wings. Moth has wings in kind. That Valkyrie could save them. However, Fitz on the sidelines going in almost melee range of the hog. Was able to kill Violet. Oh, and that's a good pick. Can't res that either because the hog's straight on top of it. They're going to push everybody onto the payload. So, well, he gets dragged back in again, but Super's more than happy to just do that. There is the whole hog on the ground, the flux to crash everybody back down. And Fizz does take out Arns, but look at Moth in the backline. He's going to be able to find the kill as well if he's not, if Fizz isn't careful. All the meanwhile, though, Shock just dead as soon as he leaves that cover. 3 HP for Tyler, by the way.
Hans is playing on second point and he's able to get Fitz as he re-enters. San Francisco's going to be able to push this all the way back. Prophet would like to get some exit kills or at least force out the resurrection. He does just that, but I think Prophet's going to pay for his life.
Yep. Oh. Can he get away?
No, getting heals.
There's no way. 30 seconds to defend with, and a whole heap of ults as well. Dragon Strike to open it all up. The Nano Booster onto Marvel as well, but already Creative and Gesture are going to go down. That Flux sends Marvel sky high, is crashing back down, and even with the Nano Boost, Hex, you're not really doing all too much. The rest of your team are already dead too. And the Shock, it feels like they might just be able to fall. Oh my goodness, over the top. Prophet with 80 HP just gets headshot by Striker. A risky move is punished. A Wrecking Ball now in the back for Gesture to try and create some space, but Super says not today. Whole hog into the wall, and now it is all on the Dynasty to try and get to this point. Overtime is ticking down. Emergency Nano onto Marvel to try and make it work. Violet and Super end up falling, but still, Striker is alive. Same with Arns. The DPS are doing work, and Marvel is going to go down 4% towards his ult when he might have been able to save it all. The Dragon Strike on the point, but Moth is back once again with the res. And the Shock, they're going to clean them off. And 2-0 in the series. They're leading and now going into... No way he doesn't. There we go. Okay, I was wondering if he wanted to try and reveal him there. Just make sure, you know, I know where you are kind of thing. Nice little kill onto Violet, however, yeah, it's going to get resurrected by Moth. However, look at the space that's been granted here. The Soul are now on the point, with the Gesture falling, however. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Striker does take 1 kill as Gesture does get rezzed, but now only 1 healer remains for the Dynasty. Violet in the nice little 1v1 does finish it off with a boot to the head. However, Fitz does find a kill too. So this is Moth now just dueling out with the Mercies. He's got a little bit of backup as well. Marvel rolling in on the Wrecking Ball. And then back again to the Sigma. So, however, just going to open the fight up. There's the Transcendence actually keeping people alive. Not quite alive enough though. Smurf gets pushed off the edge. There is a small gap in the back right-hand corner there. If you're not careful, it doesn't get pushed over. Gesture's going to get nanoed as well. And what a perfect target to Nano, pushing him on the point, and that's going to be the cap. So field. And his health bar is getting chunked down rather easily. Beautiful sleep by Bdosin. He was so close to going down. Luckily though, Smurf was there to follow it up. Fitz and Bdosin dead. Prophet in a small room. He's got 70 HP. It is building, however. Shock are in control of the point, but Dynasty seemingly in control of the fight currently as Choi ends up going down. Shock claim 1 tick. Nothing more, however, as Gesture and Prof are able to clean up these kills, and Marvel able to stop that progression from building up. No 2 ticks for the Shock. They're going to have to go once again, especially now Violet's dead.
Prophet's movement is just sublime. They're
Ready, so not looking too bad for himself there. Striker, with the aid of the sights, does manage to find the stick. Goodbye, Fitz. There's the stick that you wanted. It's not on Bdosin, but it's the next best thing. Flux is going to send people sky high, and Gesture ends up going down after he's antied, and with that nano on Choi, you got to be careful now if you're Prophet. The barrage comes out and ends Moth's life, but Shock with the respawn advantage is going to be able to just get on the point and pressure it out, and with Tobi, yeah, he's in no man's land, basically on the other side of the map. He's not going to last long against the brute force that is the Shock currently. Goodbye, Prophet, as Arndt managed to grapple away from him in the end. They are going to cap point number 1. However, they're running into an EMP now. It's just a trade of nanos to make sure the tanks can stay up. A hook onto Choi. There's the self-destruct to get the remake. However, Arndt's going down, and Gesture taking the high ground, using the velocity there from the bomb in order to scale heights. Not something you think a Hog could do, but Gesture's Hog definitely can. Smurf ends up falling. Violet as well. Nice, solid defense from the Soul so far. From the Dynasty so far.
They have here, and that's a great opener here. You bomb in Nano, maybe Nano Smurf, and push people off the point.
Well, Gesture dead too. 2 kills for the Shock, and the Flux has been used to make that a 3rd as Marvel ends up going down. Bdosin to follow. The Shock have finally made their mark on this 2nd point as Bob does get rocked off the point. Smurf sitting on the whole Hog as well is going to be able to push everybody away. Fitz takes care of Striker, but still a lot of space has been granted. Not so much anymore. It's Smurf is high in the sky. You got to be careful right now. If you are the Shock, you need to protect your back line. If they go down, it is surely over. Violet is taking a lot of damage. Same with Moth, barely keeping themselves alive, but Marvel is nanoed in the front line, killing them.
Rather than trying to just brute force it at the corners.
And if the Widow holds this side, it's just easy rotation. Speaking of rotations, oh my word, that's a lot of damage. That's a nice little seat there by Bdosin. Fitz and Tobi end up finding kills of their own. However, both healers now down for the Shock.
Better kills, yeah, better kills.
Yeah, there's a big, they need to be able to kill Bdosin here. They just have to get him. Yeah, there we go. Eventually managed to find the kill. Early Valkyrie actually from Tobi here too. Beautiful kill onto Choi. Nice little bit of extra damage there. Piled in with the right click from Tobi, and Super end up falling as well. Transcendence on the point from Violet, but are they going to be able to really do anything? That Transcendence isn't really going to help the squishies at all, as they can just get insta-killed via a headshot. Gesture is nanoed, Super is dead, and point number 1 is going to go over to the Dynasty as the Shock end up getting routed.
Well, the Transcendence was trying to cover on Havana before, but now they've really come into their own, running this double hits, or this double sniper.
They're going to have to do something here. Striker and Arndt are already dead. Arndt gets resurrected as Super ends up biting the dust too. The whole Hog kill did come through, and a nice body block from Marvel to make sure that Rock doesn't hit the resurrecting Mercy. Choi dead. The rest of the Shock are going to follow him as well. Maybe Moth finds a kill in the Valk. Maybe not. Tobi ends up with the melee kill. And that will be point number 2 completed as a little tent to kind of camp in. They say no, we just kind of run at them with nanos and the Hogs. Super gets dragged all the way in. They do trade his life for profit, but maybe a little bit more here as well, as Marvel does use that flux to push themselves forward. Striker's also dead. This is a ridiculous time here from the Seoul Dynasty, moving on to 3rd point.
Yeah, and Seoul did a really great job of making sure that San Francisco had to come out and play them, because Prophet just kept leaping over that wall and taking pot shots.
Just assistance, just in terms of pressure from the rest of his team. He's able to just do whatever he wants, basically. Choi with a nice flux, though. That's 2 kills, but Gesture's going to get a little bit more. He's nanoed and antied. He's going to be able to get his breather off as well. Goodbye, Moth. That's Gesture's 3rd kill. The Dragons land on the point, and Arndt SMG's Gesture to death. And luckily enough, though, Violet was able to spawn and get to the payload quick enough. Super comes back on board to stall for some additional time as well. They're not more harder than it normally seems. Or the 1v1. Oh, Arndt with a disrespect. Oh, he tries to go for the Mega, but no, Fitz steals it and gets the melee kill on him. And now Fitz can just basically reign free. Super does come up with a kill onto Profit as they do try and push in. The res was good as the Valkyrie was popped from Tobi and a nice little hook into a shot. Another kill for Gesture. He is absolutely on fire on the hog and he's receiving all the support in the world as well. The nanos, the damage boost, just everything the Soul can throw at him.
Widows on that left side, the rest of the squad on the right.
Nice kill from Arn to start off the fight, a resurrection, and there's another kill. Goodbye Gesture, and goodbye Bdosin, and goodbye Seoul Dynasty. That will be it. That's double sniper. That is literally just double sniper in a nutshell. Arns finds one kill, Striker finds another one shot, and then Arns finds they're not. And goodbye, Marvel, and that will be point number 2. Oh, completed. Oh, Fitz is going to take the shot. There's one, misses the next. Oh, Moth comes in, takes the bullet to the brain. Fitz on the flank of a lifetime, takes out 2 members from the San Francisco Shock. But the Shock is still on the payload. The Dynasty do need to actually get back on there and stop this whole hog from going off. You can see the Hanzo trying to duck, dive, and dodge around it, but Super's whole hog's going to be good enough for the time being. Luckily though, Fitz is there with the kill on him as they do manage to hold on to this. Sweet potential for the Seoul Dynasty if they manage to hold the Shock here on first.
I mean, it's... Prophet only reaches his final form when he goes down 0-2 apparently. Gets Violet. This is brutal. San Francisco's not even going to be able to fight this properly.
They're going to have to change over to ball or something. 10 seconds remains and they need to touch the payload. It's already rolling back. There you go. Super had to give up his whole hog in order to get back to the point in time using the Wrecking Ball, but he's not going to be able to. He's going to get whole hogged off, and the Rock was going to be there as well, and the Seoul Dynasty have taken Havana. Cool though, and back towards the point and just trying to punish the tanks. The sticky goes out, Gesture dodges out the way, and Arns comes alive. Fitz is dead, and the Transcendence from Joy keeping everybody alive. It looks so good actually for Dynasty to start this engagement off and then start this map off as well. But no, the Shock are coming back. They do manage to cap the point, find the res onto the healer as well, and they're back at almost full fighting force.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice what San Francisco...
Worth it. Gesture with the hook. There's the kill onto Arns, and now Fitz can basically be free as a bird. Using the sights also to make sure his team know where everybody is. Gesture already knows though in the small room, takes 2 with him as the Flux comes out. Choi using his Flux, couldn't even get the whole cast off in fact. He ends up falling to Fitz of all people. And Soul escape alive, I do not know. Smurf is in a very precarious position though. Striker almost gets run over too. There's the backline engagement, however it is paid in kind. As Arns falls, but Marvel falls afterwards. It's all about Soul now, just trying to stall at this point and just keeping Profit alive. There's one kill, there's another, and Profit is falling pretty low as the Shock do manage to take control.
Violet has had clutch kill after clutch kill.
Stunned up and can't make it back to the point, and now is just Shock just bundling on. Seoul Dynasty have to be able to touch right now. They got 96%, but Shock are now 99. Marvel ends up going down. Someone needs to touch, but no one does. Tobi was...
It's very likely it's going to be a Soul Bara.
Oh, here
Here's
it is.
the try to touch. Marvel goes down.
Marble's dead, and then it just... Oh, you can see the Mercy flying in. Oh my goodness. Violet's jumping up to him. He's going to melee him if he's not careful, but he's actually punished for it. When way too aggressive, sometimes there's such thing as over-aggression. Bdosin ends up falling too, as the point is still in contestation, as Shock were able to get onto it at least, but now Striker's cleaning on up. Gesture finds the kill onto Choi, but Profit takes out Moth, and they're still in control somehow.
It's why he is what he is. He almost gets the kill. That's a huge open. It is a huge open.
Can they actually res it up? I see this timer going up. It doesn't look like they can, and that barrage on the point, clearing the mind. At this point, Profit almost goes down to him, in fact. Striker's going to follow up with the kill.
Violence!
There we go, another double kill. He's not playing heals at all, Hex.
Storm is here because Soul has to come back. They're going to have to come back into a minefield, and even if they get there, Choihyobin could lift them off the point to win this series.
They mines on the point to get the touch as well. Arn's in trouble, but not for long, so he grapples to the skies. And now it is up to the Shock, maybe to try and even flux them off. OT is ticking down, someone has to touch, someone has to touch! Soul don't end up touching the payload again, the point is gone! And the San Francisco Shock are just gonna do it! The Wrecking Ball was coming in, but again, just not enough time was remaining.